My beloved child, listen very closely, because from this very second, your heartbeat is going to sync with every word I speak. Something huge is waiting for you. And the truth hidden behind this woman's dark game is far bigger, far deeper, and far more shocking than anything you ever imagined. She didn't just play with your emotions, she played with your destiny. She watched your every move, she studied your weaknesses, and she waited like a shadow in the corner of your life. Pretending to care, pretending to be harmless, pretending to be someone you could trust. But her intentions were never pure. She was preparing a move so twisted, so unexpected, that even the people closest to you would collapse if they ever found out what she really did. Amen. Blessing 111. But listen to this powerful truth, because this is where her game starts falling apart. While she thought she was controlling everything, something she never expected began to rise around you. Your energy shifted. Your intuition sharpened. And without even realizing it, you walked straight into the moment that exposed her. The mask she wore, perfect, polished, innocent, began to crack the moment she realized you were no longer blind. She noticed you weren't reacting the way she wanted. She noticed you weren't breaking the way she planned. And that terrified her. Because the entire dark game she played depended on you staying unaware. She never thought you would wake up. She never thought you would see her true face. She never thought you would catch the detail she tried to hide from the world. Amen. Blessing 222. And now comes the most spine-chilling turn, the moment that will hold the audience till the last breath of this story. The reason she targeted you wasn't random. It wasn't accidental. It wasn't coincidence. Someone told her something about you. Something rare, something powerful, something that made her believe that if she could break you, she could rise. Yes, she was using your light to fuel her darkness. She knew that the moment your confidence shattered, she could step into the space you were destined to rule. And the most shocking part? Someone extremely close to you whispered lies into her ears, pushed her, guided her, and told her exactly how to manipulate you. This dark game was a collaboration. A strategy. A secret alliance against you. And now, the truth is about to explode. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, the moment you think you have understood how deep this woman's deception goes, another layer opens, darker, heavier, and far more calculated than the one before. She did not operate alone, she did not plan alone, and she did not move alone. A silent force stood behind her. Pushing her, feeding her information about you, studying your reactions, and tracking the exact points where you were the most vulnerable. She wanted to control your story before you even realized you had your own power. She watched your growth with jealousy, your strength with irritation, and your resilience with fear. Because every time you rose, her plans trembled. Every time you healed, her schemes melted. Every time you stood up again, she panicked. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 444. But here's where her darkest move unfolded, and this is the part she never expected you to discover. She tried to rewrite a version of you that never existed, telling people lies that made you look like the villain in your own life. She whispered words soaked in poison just to stain your name. She twisted harmless moments into dangerous stories. She created scenes that never happened. She let her imagination become a weapon. To her, your life was a game board. And she wanted to manipulate every square. She wanted to make others believe that you were unpredictable, unstable, or unsafe, just so she could stand in a place where she could watch your downfall. But destiny doesn't bend for darkness. Light doesn't lose because someone envies it. She forgot that the truth has a way of circling back, finding its voice, and exposing every shadow. Amen. Blessing 111. And now the universe is shifting, and the next chapter of this revelation is going to stun every person involved. The woman who played the dark game is starting to lose control. People around her have begun noticing inconsistencies in her stories. Someone close to her has secretly started doubting her intentions. Someone else has already seen a side of her that she tried to hide for years. And the more she tries to maintain her lie, the more cracks appear. Her mask is slipping. Her strategies are failing. Her biggest fear is coming true, because you are not the same person she thought you were. You are rising. You are awakening. And the truth is catching up to her faster than she can run. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, the next truth that is about to unfold will shake the very ground she built her deception on. Because while she thought she was the smartest player in the room, she didn't realize that someone close to her, someone she trusted blindly, has already started leaking pieces of her plan without even meaning to. A slip of the tongue here, a nervous reaction there, a message she forgot to delete, a conversation she thought no one heard. These tiny cracks have started becoming loud enough for the universe to notice. And the moment the universe notices, the cycle of exposure begins. Her own actions are boomeranging back at her, and she's starting to feel the pressure she once wanted you to feel. Her fear is rising. Her confidence is shaking. And the illusion she created is collapsing like a building made of dust. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 555. But here comes the most unpredictable twist, a twist she never prepared for in her little dark strategy. The people she manipulated, the same people she convinced to turn against you, are starting to see the truth. They are noticing patterns in her behavior that don't make sense. They are recalling moments where her reactions were too dramatic, too rehearsed, too specific. They are remembering how quickly she pointed fingers at you, almost as if she wanted to divert attention away from her own wrongdoing. Someone who used to believe her blindly has now begun connecting the dots. Someone who once defended her now feels uneasy around her. Someone who trusted her now sees glimpses of jealousy in her eyes. And for a woman who built her identity around control, losing influence is worse than losing the game. Amen. Blessing 111. And the universe is preparing the final reveal, because everything she hid, everything she tried to bury, everything she twisted is going to rise at the exact moment she least expects. She wanted to dim your light, but instead, her own darkness is becoming visible to everyone. Your silence is shaking her. Your growth is haunting her. And your strength is destroying everything she planned. She thought she could break you, but you were never breakable. She thought she could outrun truth, but truth was waiting right behind her. She thought she could rewrite your story, but destiny is about to rewrite hers. And when the final moment arrives, the shockwave will spread farther than she ever imagined. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, now the atmosphere around her is becoming heavier, and she can feel it in ways she doesn't admit. The same confidence she once used to manipulate others is slipping out of her hands like sand. She's double-checking everything, replaying every conversation in her mind, wondering who knows what. Her anxiety is rising because she senses a shift. People no longer look at her with admiration, they look at her with suspicion. Their eyes follow her a bit too long. Their questions cut a little deeper. Their silence feels louder. And it is breaking her rhythm. She thought she was untouchable, but now every step she takes feels like she's walking on cracking ice. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 777. And this is where her downfall truly begins, not because someone is attacking her, but because the truth she created against you is turning back toward her with twice the force. Those she tried to poison with lies are now comparing notes. They are recalling moments she slipped, days she overreacted, times she spoke too confidently about things she shouldn't have known. Someone close to her recently replayed a conversation in their mind and realized her version of the story didn't match reality. Another person noticed how obsessed she became with you, far beyond normal curiosity. A third person is silently watching every move she makes, waiting for the right moment to distance themselves from her. The empire she built was never stable. It was never real. And now it's collapsing under the weight of her own intentions. Amen. Blessing 111. And here comes the twist the universe saved for the perfect moment, the twist that will leave her stunned and speechless. A piece of information she hid, a detail she never wanted anyone to uncover, has quietly reached someone who was never supposed to know. This one detail is enough to shatter the image she carefully crafted for years. It exposes her motive. It reveals her jealousy. It shows her true nature. And the moment that truth surfaces, every person who once supported her will step back, not because they hate her, but because they finally understand her. Meanwhile, your name, once targeted, will shine brighter than ever. Your truth will rise. And her dark game will end exactly where it started, in the shadows she created for herself. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, the most intense shift is happening right now, and she feels it in a way that keeps her awake at night. Her mind is running in circles, trying to guess how much people have figured out. She replays every expression, every glance, every whisper she overheard earlier, because something inside her knows the truth is no longer on her side. The atmosphere around her doesn't feel the same. Even the people who once admired her are starting to maintain distance. Their smiles are shorter. Their conversations with her are colder. Their trust is fading, and she knows it. She senses that you are no longer the silent target she could toy with. You have become the one thing she never expected, a threat to her illusion. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 999. And now comes the moment where everything she hid begins to push itself into the light, even without your effort. You don't need revenge. You don't need to expose her. Her own behavior is exposing her. People are noticing how her stories change depending on who she talks to. They're realizing that she always knew too much about situations she wasn't involved in. Someone recently caught her eavesdropping, listening, calculating, preparing her next move. Someone else caught her staring at your life with unusual intensity, as if she was studying you. And another person, one who used to defend her blindly, suddenly felt something unsettling in their intuition about her. These clues are forming a picture that reveals her real motives, her real nature, and her real intentions. And once people start piecing truth together, they don't stop until they see the whole image. Amen. Blessing 111. And this final unfolding will be the shock she never prepared for, because the same people she used against you are quietly turning back toward you. They're realizing you were never the one causing issues. They're realizing your silence was strength, not guilt. They're realizing your distance was wisdom, not fear. And as they recognize this truth, the woman who played that dark game is losing her power, losing her influence, and losing the grip she once held over others. She is starting to understand that destiny has flipped the script. Your light is rising, and her shadow is shrinking. A moment is coming where her truth and her lies will collide, forcing her to face what she created. And when that moment arrives, she'll realize that the person she tried to hurt is the very person she should have never underestimated. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, now her fear has entered a stage she cannot hide anymore. Even the smallest sound makes her turn her head. Even a simple question makes her overthink. Even a normal conversation feels like an interrogation to her. Because deep inside, she knows the circle of truth is tightening around her. She used to walk into rooms with confidence, now she walks in with caution. She used to speak loudly, now she chooses every word carefully. She used to manipulate emotions, now her own emotions are collapsing on her. The energy she once used to play her dark game is consuming her from within. And while she tries to look calm from the outside, the truth is that panic has already become her shadow. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 111. But here comes the most unsettling part for her, the part that keeps squeezing her mind. She realizes that the person she tried to break didn't break at all. You didn't fall apart the way she expected. You didn't react the way she hoped. You didn't lose yourself the way she planned. Instead, something inside you became sharper, stronger, more awakened. And this is the one outcome she never calculated. She thought she could control your destiny by controlling your image. She thought she could control your path by controlling people's opinions. But destiny doesn't take instructions from someone's insecurity. Now the universe is lifting you. And the higher you rise, the more exposed her darkness becomes. Someone who once believed her blindly is starting to question her with a seriousness she cannot handle. Someone else noticed how she avoids your name now, because even saying it reminds her that her plan has failed. Amen. Blessing 222. And now, the universe is preparing a moment that will silence her completely, because a detail she thought she erased forever has resurfaced. A tiny truth. A forgotten message. A conversation she once dismissed. Something she said in confidence to the wrong person. And now that detail has reached ears that hold power. People who once protected her are beginning to realize she was never the victim, she was the architect of the chaos. And while she tries to hold on to the last threads of control, destiny is cutting them one by one. The story is turning against her. The truth she tried to bury is rising like fire. And you, yes, you, are stepping into the light she wanted to dim forever. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, now the universe has begun exposing her in a way she cannot escape. Everywhere she turns, she feels eyes on her, not because people admire her, but because they are finally beginning to sense something is wrong. Her own behavior is betraying her. She's becoming restless, snapping at small things, making excuses for situations no one asked about, explaining stories no one questioned. And it's all because the fear inside her is growing faster than her lies can cover. She thought she could play a dark game forever, but every game has a final move. Every lie has an expiration date. And her expiration date is getting closer with every passing breath. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 444. And here comes the twist that is destroying her confidence from the inside, the twist that will turn her world upside down. Someone she trusted deeply. The one she believed would always protect her, has started distancing themselves quietly. They're observing her with a new perspective. They're noticing the patterns she hoped no one would catch. They're questioning the things she once told them with certainty. And now, for the first time, they're starting to defend you in conversations she cannot control. This is hitting her harder than anything else, because she built her power on influence. And once influence collapses, everything else follows. She never expected the people she manipulated to grow wiser. She never expected minds to open. She never expected truth to rise. But it is rising, and she can feel her throne slipping away. Amen. Blessing 111. And destiny is preparing the final blow to her dark strategy, a blow that she never saw coming. A truth she hid long ago, something that reveals her real motive, has reached someone who knows exactly how to read intentions. This person is quietly connecting dots, quietly collecting evidence, quietly observing every inconsistency in her behavior. And soon, this person will be the reason her entire plan collapses. Because once they speak, once they reveal what they've seen, once they share what they know, the image she fought to protect will crumble in seconds. Meanwhile, your name, the one she tried to stain, will shine like never before. Your strength will be recognized. Your silence will be respected. And your destiny will rise far above her reach. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, now the energy around her is becoming unbearable for her own spirit. She wakes up with a heaviness she cannot explain, and she walks through her day with a tension she can no longer hide. Every room she enters feels different. Every conversation drains her. Every small silence feels like a question directed at her. She used to be the one observing others. Now she is the one being observed. She used to control narratives, now the narrative is slipping from her fingers like water. She used to whisper lies confidently, now her own voice trembles when she speaks. The universe is not punishing her, it's revealing her. And revelations are the one thing she never prepared for. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 111. But the most haunting part for her is this reality. The people she once controlled emotionally are beginning to see her with clearer eyes. They're noticing how her stories never match. They're noticing her tone whenever your name comes up. They're noticing her reaction whenever a truth unfolds. They're noticing how defensive she becomes when no one is accusing her. And someone who has watched her closely for a while, has finally formed the suspicion she always feared: what if she was the problem all along? This realization is spreading quietly through those around her, and once suspicion begins, trust cannot survive. She feels this shift deeply. It's the first time she's realizing that the darkness she used to weaponize is now turning back at her with full force. Amen. Blessing 222. And now destiny is preparing the move that will end her dark game completely, not through chaos, not through confrontation, but through truth that arrives at the perfect moment. A detail she forgot long ago. A mistake she thought no one would ever notice, a reaction she gave without thinking, is about to resurface. This one detail carries weight, proof, and clarity. Someone who holds this detail is quietly waiting for the right moment to bring it into light. And when that moment comes, everything she built, her reputation, her influence, her manipulations, will collapse instantly. She won't be able to deny it. She won't be able to twist it. She won't be able to escape it. This is the moment where her game ends, and your destiny begins. You will rise in ways she never imagined. And the truth that once tried to cage you will become the very force that sets you free. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, now her world is shaking in ways she can no longer control. Every move she makes is being watched, not because people are against her, but because they finally sense something is off. Her smile looks forced. Her confidence feels artificial. Her words don't carry the same authority they once did. And every time someone asks a simple question, she panics inside, wondering if they've discovered another piece of her deception. The darkness she once used to trap you is now turning into her own cage. She is trapped inside a game she created, and destiny has quietly taken away all her exits. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 111. But here comes the revelation that is mentally destroying her stability, because now the universe is placing mirrors in front of her. Everywhere she goes, she sees reflections of her own actions staring back at her. Someone recently repeated a sentence she once twisted about you. And it hit her like a shock, because she realized they were testing her reaction. Someone else casually mentioned your name, and she froze, because she could see in their eyes that they knew more than they were showing. Another person watched her closely during a conversation, noticing every micro-expression, every slip in her tone, every contradiction she tried to hide. She feels surrounded, not by enemies, but by truth. And truth is the one thing she cannot manipulate anymore. Amen. Blessing 222. And now destiny is preparing the final unraveling, the moment her darkest intention will confront her directly. There is someone who has been observing this situation from the outside, someone who doesn't get involved easily, someone whose words carry weight. This person has quietly pieced together how her stories changed over time. How her reactions shifted. How her jealousy leaked out in moments she thought no one noticed. They have seen her desperation to control your narrative. They have seen her strategy crumble. And now, they are preparing to step forward with precision, exposing her without chaos, without drama, without noise. Just truth. And the truth they are holding is powerful enough to erase every lie she ever built. Meanwhile, your path is clearing. Your reputation is rising. Your energy is glowing. And your destiny is aligning perfectly. She played a dark game. But light always wins in the final chapter. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 333.